What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Tony Crypto and Stock News. On today, May 14th, the Clarity Act cleared the Senate Banking Committee 15-9. That is a real win, but I'm going to tell you something right now. The hard part hasn't even started yet. Today, we break down exactly what happened in that room, what it means for your crypto, and the one issue that could still blow this entire bill up before it ever becomes law. Let's go. Here's the real story of what went down Thursday morning. All 13 Republicans voted yes. And at the last moment, after a behind-the-scenes deal that wasn't even public during the hearing, two Democrats crossed over. Senator Ruben Gallego of Arizona and Senator Angela Also Brooks of Maryland. That made it 15-9. Here's what you need to know about those two yes votes. Both of them said, on the record, that their committee vote does not guarantee a floor vote. Also Brooks said, quote, "My vote today is a vote to keep working in good faith. We still have so much work to do." Gallego said the same thing. Elizabeth Warren filed 44 amendments alone, part of a procedural flood designed to either kill or reshape the bill. 130 amendments total were filed before the hearing. The January markup was killed by 137 amendments. Thursday, Chairman Tim Scott managed to hold it together with a last-minute deal. And one more thing. The ethics amendment put forward by Senator Chris Van Hollen, which would have barred the president and senior government officials from crypto business ties. It failed 11-13 on party lines. And that is the story others won't tell you. This is the ugly story, the one that other channels are dancing around. Here's the plain truth. Trump and his family have earned an estimated $1.4 billion from crypto through the Trump Memecoin and World Liberty Financial. Democrats went into Thursday saying there would be no bill, none, without an ethics provision forcing officials to cut ties with the crypto industry while regulating it. The ethics amendment failed 11-13. Republicans blocked it. So now we have a situation where the two Democrats who voted yes, Gallego and Also Brooks, have said their floor vote is conditional on more ethics progress. Senator Gillibrand has sworn she will not vote yes without it. And the White House is saying it won't accept language that targets any specific office holder. That's a standoff. And it's the single biggest threat to this bill right now. 73% of Americans, per a CoinDesk poll, support banning senior officials from crypto ties. The politics are clear. The question is whether Washington can actually get there. Let me be very clear about where we actually are in this process, because a lot of people are acting like Thursday was the finish line. It wasn't even close. Here are the 5 steps still standing between the Clarity Act and becoming law. Step 1. The Banking Committee bill needs to merge with the Senate Agriculture Committee's companion bill, the DCIA, which already passed back in January 29th on a 12-11 party line vote. 2 bills need to become one. Step 2. They need to resolve the ethics provision. No deal on ethics, no 60 votes, period. Step 3. Full Senate floor vote. Republicans hold 53 seats. They need 60. That means 7 Democrats minimum must cross over. That's the hardest gate. Step 4. House reconciliation. The House already passed its own version 294-134 in July 2025. But the Senate version has different language on stablecoins, DeFi, and possibly ethics. The House has to vote again on the final reconciled text. Step 5. Presidential signature. White House wants July 4th. Senator Gillibrand says first week of August if they're lucky. Let's talk money. Here's what happened to markets immediately after the vote. Bitcoin surged back above $81,000. Coinbase stock jumped 7.53%, biggest winner of the day across the exchanges. XRP held firm at 1.45 and is now targeting 1.70 to $2 short term, according to 24/7 Wall Street analysts. And Solana and Cardano saw positive momentum as spot ETF pathways remain unblocked. But let me give you the longer view because this is where it gets interesting. 24/7 Wall Street says committee passage alone could push XRP to 1.70 to $2. Full Senate passage, 3 to 5. Full passage plus ETF inflows, Standard Chartered's bull case is XRP at $8 by year end, with 4 to 8 billion in ETF inflows. For Bitcoin, Citi analysts have tied a $143,000 price target directly to Clarity Act passage, projecting an additional $15 billion in net ETF inflows once it clears Congress. Galaxy Digital, 55% odds the bill becomes law in 2026. They called themselves cautiously optimistic after Thursday's vote. Now let's talk about the 7 Democrats who literally hold the keys to this bill. Republicans have 53 votes. They need 60. 7 Democrats must cross over. Here's who matters. Ruben Gallego, Arizona, voted yes in committee, conditional on floor. Leaning yes, but not locked in. Angela Also Brooks, Maryland, voted yes, co-authored the stablecoin compromise. Wants more ethics progress. Leaning yes, but not confirmed. Mark Warner, Virginia, key player on DeFi and anti-money laundering rules, could go yes if those concerns are addressed. Undecided. Catherine Cortez Masto, Nevada, focused on open-source developer protections. Filed her own safe harbor amendment. Undecided. Andy Kim, New Jersey, big financial hub state. Watching consumer protections closely? Undecided. Raphael Warnock, Georgia, voted no in committee and called Trump's crypto ties, quote, pure corruption. Leaning no. Kirsten Gillibrand, New York, the most important name on this list. She is a genuine crypto supporter. She has been working on this bill for years, and she has said on the record that she will not vote yes without an ethics provision. She is the gate. Here's why there's still real reason for optimism. People forget. The Genius Act, America's first stablecoin law, also started as a partisan committee vote. Then it picked up 18 Democrats on the Senate floor and passed 68-30 in July 2025. That's the template Clarity Act supporters are working from. History says bipartisan Senate passage is possible. Current odds: Polymarket has full 2026 passage at 62%, down from 80 after the banking pushback, but still majority odds. Kalshi puts passage before August at around 49%. Galaxy Digital says 55% post-committee pass. And Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong called the current version a true compromise that could, quote, reshape how Americans interact with money and financial markets. But the hard deadline is real. August 10th, congressional recess. Senators Lummis and Moreno have both said missing. That window could push the next viable shot to 2029 or 2030. Here's the bottom line. Thursday was a win. A real one. The Clarity Act just cleared its first Senate committee after nearly a year of delays, and it did it with bipartisan support. That matters. But let's be honest, 15-9 mostly partisan with 2 conditional Democratic votes is not a locked-in Senate floor majority. The ethics fight is the deciding battle. No ethics deal equals no 60 votes. And without 60 votes, there is no Clarity Act in 2026. July 4th is still possible. The Genius Act proved crypto can get bipartisan Senate support. Galaxy Digital gives it 55% odds. But the window is tight and the clock is running. We are going to cover every single move on this bill. The moment the ethics deal drops or falls apart, we're right back here breaking it down. If you want to get into crypto now while this momentum is building, check the description. I've got my Kraken referral link down below. As always, see you in the next one.